Hey, what's up, guys? Forgot to mention yesterday's video one thing about jams. You can often get foreign material in your magazine, and anything ferrous is gonna get on that auger and uh, bind everything up. What I'm doing right now is I'm just separating the wheat from the chaff, so to say. Got my fan out here for blowing off all of the bits of newspaper and phone books and what have you. And yeah, we are. There's the police department, city hall, and there's the city attorney's office. And I mention that because I think that a lot of people, when they first view what I do, they have like this knee-jerk reaction to where they think that, oh man, that must be illegal. But I can assure you, at least where I am anyway, it's totally legal. There's the fire department. I used to get them to fill up my scuba tank before I had a compressor and way before I went to nitrogen. So I was thinking yesterday, rather than um, open up all those cans and throw those on my yard, I had all these BBs that were just loose that didn't make it into the backstop. So these are going to be what I'm going to throw on my grass and see if I can get it deeper green. I guess we won't know till when it gets nice and hot if it's working. It would be kind of like a slow release ironite. It should last several years on that St. Augustine. Yeah, nothing out of the ordinary here. It's just Mason displaying some odd behavior. I've actually a couple of times run across where the magazine on a Blackbird, Superbird replica, whatever, it's got two slits on either side of the auger. And if you have a magnetic auger in there, and you were to say put it down on something like this, it would pull up pieces of metal in there, and they would jam it up. I don't think those slits serve any purpose. I mean, you can look in there and see if the auger's turning, but other than that, the motor doesn't get hot enough for it to need air circulation in there. Not really sure why they put them on there. So to get up these BBs, I use this nail picker. And that only gets the ones that didn't make it into the heap. Lord knows how many BBs are in there. Here's what we ended up with. We'll get a weight on those. I forgot how much a BB weighs, but we'll be able to roughly calculate the fire rate of what we're going to put these into. Now, people ask me sometimes, can you reuse BBs? Sure, you just can't run them back through your gun. The reason is because even though BBs are made out of steel, they do get pretty messed up when you shoot them out of a Super Bird. They'll bump into one another. They get a little bit hammered in the magazine, and whatever they hit is gonna mess them up. Some people think that BBs are made out of copper, but all the ones that I use have to be steel. I don't even know if they make a copper BB.
Oh, happy birthday, little squash. It's not there. I don't know. It's right here.
Close enough. 26 and a half. All right, so far, personal best for me is 8,000 rounds a minute. So we've got all of these different fire rates to choose from. I think I'm just going to leave it where it is, and we'll see what happens. I'm going to call that time. That's where we started. Made a path along there, around that, and came back up through here. Pretty much ran out right there. And that's about in there is where we stopped. I was thinking about this before I did it. And I've got one of the guys who bought one of the replicas is big into metal detecting. I just told him not to get his metal detector mixed up with his replica. Could cause all kinds of problems. But yeah, we'll see how this does on the lawn later on in the summer. And yeah, probably gonna have a big dark green swath, but we'll see. Yeah, I mean, seems like a decent way to hide something made of metal under the dirt. Of course, you could just do what I did to pick them up with one of those nail pickers. But if you had the actual gun, you could shoot them into the ground. Get down there to the roots a lot better. I don't know. We'll see how this turns out later.